Hello, everyone. I'm Sibyl Starr. I'm here to give the astrology forecast for the Taurus New Moon. This new moon occurs on May 7th at 18 degrees, 2 minutes of Taurus. Like I said, on May 7th at 8:23 p.m. Pacific. And as we know, all new moons are a time of planting seeds for uh, our intentions for the next 30 days. Now, we are still in the energy of that very powerful solar eclipse. This is the first new moon since that very powerful solar eclipse. Okay, so it's kind of an extra strong new moon. And this new moon has 5 planets in Taurus, including the Sun, Moon, Venus, Jupiter, and Uranus. Okay, so I'm going to show you the chart so you can see what we're talking about or what I'm talking about. All right, so here we are. So here is the new moon. Like I said, May 7th, 8:23 p.m. Pacific time, Pacific Daylight Time. And so here we have the sun and the moon at 18 degrees, 2 minutes of Taurus. We also have Venus in Taurus, and Venus is the ruler of Taurus, or the traditional ruler. Most people feel Taurus really belongs more to the earth, but it's still very Venusian. Okay. And it's also, so it's conjunct Venus from that direction with a 7-degree conjunction. Uranus is here with a 4-degree conjunction at 22 degrees, 47 minutes. And we still have Jupiter in range. Jupiter and Uranus are still traveling in that conjunction, and it is activating this new moon, making it a very magical new moon. What else do we have going on here? All right, we've got we've got Mercury here at 21 degrees of Aries, conjunct Chiron at 21 degrees of Aries. So this is very tight. And then we have Saturn and Neptune both here still traveling in Pisces. All right, so these are the main points we're going to be talking about. All right, so now let's get to what all of this actually means. All right, so first thing is we are, like I said, we have 5 planets in Taurus. So the Taurus energy is just super strong. And so that's why we're going to talk about what does Taurus mean. Well, here in the Northern Hemisphere, Taurus comes in the spring and the most beautiful time of the year when the earth is very fertile and new growth is happening everywhere. The beauty of Mother Nature is just totally abundant and the Mother Earth is just simply abundant at this time of the year. Everything is growing, even whether or not you even want it to grow, like the weeds, you have to go out and weed a lot. Anyway, but it is also beautiful at this time of year. The flowers are blooming, the fragrances of the flowers, the scent is in the air, the weather is usually temperate. And this is also the time of year when we are planting. Now, this new moon does take place a few days after Beltane, which is a very fertile time in the Celtic wheel of the year, and it's when um, a lot of lovemaking was done because it was known to be a very fertile time of the year. When the earth is fertile, people are fertile. Anyway, it is about the enjoyment of the senses, what tastes good, feels good, smells good. It's a very sensuous and creative kind of an energy. Very artistic, especially in music. Taurus rules the throat and the voice, and many wonderful singers have a strong Taurian component in their chart. But it is the time of year where things are just ripe for to be nourished. The fruits aren't growing yet, but the flowers are. But there's like a sense of nourishment as the earth has been impregnated with this new energy at the spring equinox. Okay, it's like it's pregnant with new life force. And also it's a very magical time. The magic of Mother Nature and the consciousness of Gaia is very illumined and activated now. But it's also, Taurus is also a sign about, it's very practical. It's an earth sign. So it's very practical. It's about being grounded. Some people like to say earth, very deeply connected to the earth. Yes, uh, grounded and settled within ourselves, in our connection to Mother Earth. It's practical, it's realistic. Like I said, Taurus is ruled by Venus, so it also has to do with what we value. Taurus is also about simplicity. Eat when you're hungry, sleep when you're tired, live in the present moment. And because that's really all there is. Worry is actually futile. Be like Ferdinand the Bull, just laying out in the field, catching the rays, the beautiful grass, and relaxing. Taurus asks us to relax, slow down, take it easy, and take care of our bodies. Taurus is deeply connected to the body and body wisdom. Taurus asks us to be patient, that timing is everything, to not rush anything, to be able to flow with the energy and trust the process. Venus and Taurus is very much about trust. Now, some of the more shadow aspects of Taurus is that it can be very stubborn. It's a very fixed, immovable kind of an energy. And Taurus can be very concerned with security and has the potential to get caught in the trap of with having one's identity tied to what they own. Okay, so it's really important to know that one's self-worth is not tied to how much money you have in the bank or what you own, and also your security. The only security we have comes from within ourselves, nothing from without. Okay, and as I said, Venus, goddess of love. She is one of the rulers of Taurus. And Venus in Taurus is very much about self-love. It's about self-worth, self-esteem. And it's loving and caring for our bodies and giving our bodies what they need. It's a very sensual and sensuous kind of an energy. A lot of foodies have this aspect. Music, fragrance, and scents. Allow yourself to enjoy the pleasures of your body because it activates the creative juices that we need to co-create a new earth with Mother Gaia, because this is what is happening. The feminine creatrix is being activated at this new moon. And to create through art, dance, music, whatever stimulates the creative process in you. And Venus is often associated with that second chakra. And we know the second chakra is about creativity, creativity and sensuous life force energy, passion, desire. But really, it's more that sensuality, the pleasure of the pleasures that come with being in a body and creating. Okay, and as we know, the process of creation can create children or a creative project. It is the same energy. Venus in Taurus brings beauty and harmony, and also Venus can bring in Taurus can bring inner serenity and inner peace. I found this beautiful Venus in Taurus prayer. Well, I named it that. The prayer is, may all that has been reduced to noise in you become music again. It's about that inner harmony and serenity. Anything that is noise, let it become music again. And of course, the shadow with Venus and Taurus is there can be excessive possessiveness of those we love or what we own. That is, I didn't talk about that earlier, but yes, possessiveness is but it is related to, um, self-worth, okay? And with Venus and Taurus, our finances can also come into our awareness. On the financial side, Venus and Taurus looks for high quality, solid, practical, and long-term investments, okay? All right, now the Sabian symbol for this new moon is really interesting. It is a new continent rising out of the ocean. And we know that we are birthing a new world. I mean, that's what is happening. We are in the process of co-creating a new world, birthing a new world here with Mother Gaia. And this pictures the beginning of something that holds enormous potential for the future. A whole new field of activity is coming to light. And what you have done has led you to this, but these new beginnings need to be met with a fresh sense of purpose and possibility. New realities emerging and arising with the ability to perceive them, and enormous potential emerging, sudden eruptions of talents or fields of endeavor. So yeah, so there's this, when I saw this, it kind of also made me think of, they say that when um, the Europeans first came to the coast of North America, the native peoples here, they said, did not see them because they did not have those kinds of ships in their reality, and they couldn't see them. And I've heard that about other things as well. And so I feel like there is a new world emerging, but it takes a shift in perspective to be able to actually see it and understand what's really happening. Okay. And this is where we have the conjunction of Uranus and Jupiter happening, because Jupiter is all about perception, seeing the world. It's our belief system, and it is about the bigger picture. And Uranus is that sudden aha moment, that sudden moment when you really get it, you see it, you see it's really happening. It is a birth of the new Earth matrix. It happened at the solar eclipse with that activation of the new light codes from Mother Earth, as well as for humanity. And it is an activation of her original template, coming from the great central sun, because when the sun, our sun, was blocked, it allowed for energies from the great central sun to come in, bringing new light codes from Mother Gaia and for us. And part of what is happening with this is a liberation from the 3D matrix of fear and limitation and our beliefs around it. But in the process, there is a whole lot of shaking going on. Uranus often is about earthquakes, and Jupiter really magnifies them. So it's kind of like Mother Earth is also shaking off her old history, her old trauma. And it reminds me, what do they call it? Trauma release work, where it's all about shaking. Okay, because shaking helps us release what we no longer need, like a dog when he's shaking off the water. Or, the shaking really helps us move the energy and release trauma. And Mother Earth is doing that as well, moving negative energy out as the higher frequencies are being woven into the fabric of this reality. And back when let's see, it was about 6 months ago. Well, it was actually happened at the lunar eclipse in last October, I believe it was. I think it was late October, right? It was late October. I had gone to my local woods and had this really magical experience in the woods with Mother Gaia. And she told me that nature is a 5D reality. It's a fifth dimensional reality because it is totally based on love. There is nothing there but love in the forest, in the woods, in nature. And I just went to a channeling about a week ago from an ET, from a Arcturian Pleiadian being, and they said the same thing, and I just simply know it's true, and I just wanted to share it with you. And that is why we feel such peace and are so connected to Creator when we are out in nature. Mother Nature is the face of the Great Mother and the source of all creation. And to know that magic is alive and most accessible in when we are in nature. The devas, the fairies, the gnomes, and all sorts of magical beings live in a fourth and fifth dimensional reality. And the veil is parting, and we're going to be able to have more interactions with them again without getting lost, because we're going to become part. Our vibration is going to now match that fifth dimensional reality vibration. Now, something else I feel like is happening with this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is that there are new innovative technologies and ways of dealing with Mother Earth that are showing up. And one of them is, well, it's not new, it's actually old. We're just remembering it. Regenerative farming. I just saw a video about it, and they say that, of course, Mother Earth soil is like the microbiome of our own gut, and it needs to be healthy, and her soil has been really unhealthy, and it's a big part of our climate change issues. And regenerative farming is, they say, very quickly, the soil is responding and it is healing very quickly. And so if you don't know anything about regenerative farming, check it out. But it's really a return to the old ways, just remembering what Mother Gaia really needs. Okay. Now, Taurus, as I talked about, is also very connected to the body and body wisdom. And I feel like with this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, which is really starting a whole 13-year process, okay, or cycle, a better way to put that is a 13-year cycle. And this is about embodied spirituality. We are going through this ascension process, but we are going through it in our bodies. We're not transcending our bodies. So it is the activation of our 12-strand DNA and the new human template to align with the new Mother Earth matrix, because we're all ascending together. We will give birth to the new earth through our own energetically upgraded bodies and through our hearts. And so one of the things that I've been working on is how to hold these frequencies, because I spend a lot of time out in nature and I can really feel myself expand and really connect to the love principle. And then when I come back and, into a more 3D reality, I sometimes feel kind of like a crash. And so the question is how to hold on to these frequencies in our bodies, how to anchor that vibration and not really shift realities, just start merging these realities, weaving that fifth dimensional reality into our third dimensional reality, because that's what is happening. And so the first thing I would just say is awareness of the frequencies around you. What you eat, what you read, what you listen to, what you watch, who you keep company with, everything has a vibration. And so really being aware of if you are allowing yourself to slip into these lower frequencies, because it is a choice. We can choose to not do that. And it will really help. It has really helped me. And of course, listen to your body. Your body will tell you what you need if you slow down and allow yourself to really listen to the wisdom of your body and what it is trying to tell you. And of course, spending time in Mother Nature is really one of the most important ways to anchor and hold these new frequencies in our bodies. And there's something new that has come in as well. And it is these new energy frequency devices, which are very Uranian. I went to an event, it was called Om for Peace, and it was held in what is called the EES system of scalar energy. And it is an energy system. They have these devices that resonate with this certain energy frequency in the field. And so, as we talk about peace, we definitely, we want peace in our world, but the truth is, like I said, we need to have peace in our hearts to be able to have that. And the sound of Om is the sound of creation. And this is a place that takes us into a place of deep peace in our hearts. And to put that out on a sound vibration with other people in this scalar energy field was just super powerful. And I would certainly recommend it if you have anything like that near you, to check it out. It's really powerful. I have a little smaller version called a Vibe device that I wear at home that has different protocols, and it has really helped me. Um, it has really helped me with my mood, with my and how I feel. It's really wonderful. Anyway, so those are just some things to check out, and there's probably more coming, a whole lot more coming, to just be aware and kind of search out these things. Okay, now Uranus, of course, pushes us out. Uranus and Taurus pushes us out of our comfort zone, which can be very uncomfortable as we navigate this new territory and these new realities and many uncertainties. We're in a field of great uncertainty because we know the process of breakdown is being accelerated um, as the higher vibrational frequencies are coming in, because we are also in this field of photon light. We're in the photon light field. Our solar system is traveling there, and it is closer to the center of the Milky Way galaxy than we have been. And so the frequency is increased. And so it's really pushing our edges and pushing us to work through our energetic blocks to be able to anchor and hold this new frequency coming in. So it can really make us uncomfortable. Okay. So it's telling us to stay centered and present in our bodies. Like the tree whose roots go deep down while the storm swirls around, because as we know, the new is born out of the breakdown of the old, the chaos of the old, and we are there. And we're being told to trust the process, because if we trust the process and come back into the present moment, because that's really the only true reality that we have, is what we are living in the present moment. And if we can bring ourselves back to that, it can actually bring us to a state of inner peace that ripples out into the quantum field. There's this beautiful quote from Deepak Chopra. It says, living in the present moment creates the experience of eternity, because that is truly what eternity is the present moment. There is no past, there is no future, there's only the present moment. And Uranus and Jupiter are very much about the field of infinite possibilities and miracles, and to know miracles happen every day and always hold a space for them. And the universe is leaving us breadcrumbs to guide us on our path, which we call synchronicities. So really pay attention to the synchronicities, and to know that the more we live in our own true divine nature is when our reality changes. Okay. All right. Now, there is a star that Jupiter is conjuncting, is activating from May 5th through the 21st, and the sun will activate it from May 15th to the 17th, and that star is called Algol. Okay, and it's at 27 degrees of Taurus, and we know that Jupiter brings in our beliefs and the sun illuminates them. Algol is called the demon star. And so there's some very challenging energy associated with this star. But according to Bernadette Brady, the star was not considered evil until the times of the ancient Greeks. Before that, the star did not have a negative connotation. And to the Greeks, the star was Medusa. And so the myth of Medusa comes into the forefront. And Uranus is also going to be activating this star later in the year for about 6 months. So it's a big energy. So that's why I'm talking about it. So Medusa, her history is she was the crone aspect of the triple goddess that came from Libya with Athena and Metis. And it was a triple goddess of feminine wisdom that included intellect, intuition, and instinct. And Medusa was the crone aspect of instinct and of sexual instinct. She became a monster, though, in Greek mythology. Although they did keep her beautiful, she had a head full of serpents, and it was said that she could turn men into stone just by looking at them. She was the original evil eye. She was ultimately beheaded by Perseus, but she could still turn men to stone, and so they really had to be careful there. Anyway, her image was placed on the shield of Athena. Now, this story came along around the time of the patriarchal shift and the usurping of women's spiritual power through sexuality. It was the power of women. The power of women's sexuality was feared. And as we know, serpents symbolize the kundalini and sexual power of the divine feminine. Also dragons, serpents and dragons both carried that energy. And so it was a time when the patriarchal shift was happening, and they were killing the priestesses, and they were running the patriarchal shift. The priestess, those that were in service to the divine mother, to the goddess, were like I said, they many priestesses were killed, but basically their power was just simply taken away. They no longer had the power that they once had. But it was also the power of elder women, since Medusa was the crone. So it was the usurping of the power of elder women in the community. They had no sexual value, so became no longer valued in the greater community. And there were women in these communities that just simply refused to participate in this new paradigm and would give them the look. There's that saying that goes around, I don't need to speak, I have a face. Well, the original evil eye, when you know something isn't right and you give someone that look, well, that was the real, my understanding is that was the look that turned men to stone. Okay. And they didn't want to deal with it. And so Medusa represents the female kundalini energy and the immense female power of sexual power and the passion, and the power also of Mother Nature and the divine feminine. So as this star is activated, we're being asked to examine our beliefs around feminine sexuality and any places where we might feel shame. This is where shame probably entered the door. Okay. And so the power and the passion of the feminine and the creative Kundalini life force is activated. We're in a time of great creativity. We are in the process of co-creating a new world with Mother Gaia and with the universe. And so these the second chakra creative powers are really activated, which I said, they can be used for procreation or, the creative process. Both are possible. It is the sacral chakra and the color orange. So we are creating a new world. So the divine feminine creatrix is activated, and allow orange into your life to stimulate creativity. And Uranus will be conjunct this point from July to November. And I feel like it will really bust wide open this in our psyches, because we need this activated Kundalini and Mother Earth to have these open channels to move this energy, okay? And to do the creative process that we are in the midst of. All right. So the Sun and Jupiter are also going to be in alignment and conjunct the stars of the Pleiades. And the Pleiades also they bring many Pleiadians. That is a piece of their energy, is creative energy. Art, dance, music, sound healings, all form of creative energies. They're also healers through vibration and sound. And the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction actually activated a Pleiadian stargate, activated a stargate. Okay, and I think it may well be Pleiadian, because Bashar has said that 2024 will be one of the years where a large amount of open contact will happen, and it will be the Pleiadians that come through. So I feel like that's what is going on here. There's a stargate that has been activated to not only expand our consciousness and allow us to travel into other dimensions, but to open that doorway for our Star Nation relatives, especially the Pleiadians. Okay. Now we have the Saturn in Pisces, and it is sextile this new moon. And I really love this quote here, because Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and Neptune is actually traveling at 29 degrees of Pisces. And so we're really talking about both of these planets with Saturn in Pisces. So this great quote that came from Robert Hand, it said, Saturn is the illusion, there is one reality. Neptune is the reality. There are many. The veil to other realities is parting. And it's also so important to just follow the flow of the energy and to release any illusion or delusion of control. Okay. All right. So we have Neptune at 29 degrees of Pisces. Neptune represents the divine heart. It's about, compassion, which they say is the highest form of love. And 29 degrees is the last degree of the zodiac. Some say it is the last chance teaching, or it is a teaching of mastery. But we are learning about compassion and opening our heart to divine love. And I love the Sabian symbol that comes with this degree because I think it is so significant. It says, a majestic rock formation resembling a face is idealized by a boy who takes it as his ideal of greatness, and as he grows up, begins to look like it. To me, it's about creative visualization, and this is a part of the creative process that we are in, and creation begins in the etheric field with visualization. As we are pregnant with new life and energy, envision who we want to be and how we want our lives to look, and know that it will take form. And Gaia's vision of a new earth is coming to us. Her dream is becoming a reality. We are birthing Gaia's vision of a fifth dimensional reality through our divine hearts and through the activation of the Divine Creatrix of Gaia. We are co-creating with Gaia our new world. All right. So wishing you all a wonderful Taurus new moon. Go out in nature, commune with the fairies and the devas and all the beautiful beauty of Mother Gaia. And if you like this video, please check like and subscribe. And if you're interested in a reading, my information is in the description box. As I said, many blessings in the coming month. Namaste to all.